Can you hear me?
Yeah.
What about the coaching thing? What are they doing in physics now?
We are doing integration now. Like
Still,
we are proving. Yeah, we are doing many questions of integration. Like we are proving volume of shapes and area of shapes using integration.
okay, right. So we'll continue the questions. This last class was mains questions. This is advanced. Okay. All right. So try this question. What is the answer?
V square,
No. See, power, right?
because half mv square.
No, we have to find power. Okay, not just energy. So power is energy produced in unit time. Say 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay. So suppose you take this as a cross-sectional area in which the wind is coming out. Okay. So the volume of the wind that will cross this area is this length in 1 second. In 1 second, the volume of wind in this uh, volume of area A and the length is B will cross this area. So this volume is area into volume, area into velocity, and rho is the density. So this is the mass which is crossing this area. The half m v square. That is the kinetic energy in 1 second. Because it's 1 second, the length of the thing is b. That v is the velocity.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why it will become v cube. Energy is v square. Okay, and per unit time that has got a v dependence. Because the amount of mass which is crossing that blade in 1 second it depends on the velocity. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a standard way of doing problems in fluid mechanics and things like that. So once you study the chapter of fluid, this thing, it will become more familiar with these things.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. For sake of completeness, what he's saying is wind energy is converted to electrical energy, and this conversion is not 100% wind energy is getting converted. There's some sort of efficiency factor. There is a fraction. Okay. So this is the wind energy, and there is a factor F, but he's just asking proportional. Okay. So the dependence is VQ. Okay. This one. You have to use this thing. How is force and the potential related?
Sir, I have no idea.
Uh, Force is related to the potential energy as this one, right? Negative gradient of the potential.
Hmm.
This told in the laws of motion chapter, I think, or in the this chapter. Okay, this is the basic relation that you should know. Force is negative gradient of the potential, and this is 1D problem. Okay, so the gradient will have only d by dx, and the force is along I cap. That's also given in the question, and the dependence is this one. This is also given, and K and A are positive, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and from this you have if f is given, f is this one, so you have to find u. This is the integration. This you should be able to do. Get the answer now.
Hmm.
Integrate. How to integrate? No, this is the one. Integral of x is x square by 2, x cube is x to the power 4 by 4.
Yeah, I indicated that.
Yeah. After that, you just have to take this x square by 2 out. So this is like quadratic in x square, and at x equal to 0, what is the value of u?
At
X equal to 0, u is
uh,
0, right? Because of this one,
sir, what is U?
u at x equal to 0 is 0. Yes or no?
Okay.
So
Yes.
this option, So this option is out. Okay, and then this thing's like it's an inverted parabola because the coefficient of right, and for large value of x, the thing is going to become negative. Okay, large positive value of x. So this is the correct option. You put x equal to very large, this term will dominate. A is positive, okay, and so this is negative. So it will go to minus infinity. So this is the correct one. D is the correct one. And the roots of this u are x square equal to 0 and x square equal to k by a, 2 times k by a. So it is somewhere in between. This is the place where it's becoming maximum. Right. Okay. This is the basic thing. Force is negative gradient of potential energy. Okay, try this one. This question you already done previously. Yeah. So basically, you use the energy conservation, right? And the mistake of here is if you use a force equilibrium, okay, from the free body diagram, you'll get like this. This is weight is mg, right? And the spring force is k into x. So if you equate these two, you'll get x as m by k into g, right? So there will be a factor of 2 missing. So what is the mistake in this approach? Your mic is off. Yeah, your mic is off.
Remember.
Your mic is not working. So what is the mistake in this one?
I don't remember.
No. You don't have to remember. If you equate the forces mg equal to kx, no? So from that you will get x as m by k into g, right?
Yeah.
So what is the mistake in this one? There is an acceleration a here. Got it?
Yeah.
Which you don't know. Okay. So mg is not equal to kx. Mg minus k equal to m into a, and acceleration is not known. So that's why you use the energy conservation equation. But if the condition is like the mass is released gradually, okay, so by holding it by hand, then acceleration will be 0 if released gradually. This problem also
Negligible.
you hold the mass by hand and raise it slowly, step by step. It's as if at
So
each
acceleration is negligible, right?
negligible and it's almost 0. In that case, the extension will be this one.
Yeah.
Okay, this problem we have already solved. Okay. This one.
W2 will be the least, right?
How do you say that?
Because displacement is minimum.
It's F dot ds. Go to the basic.
Okay.
See, what is the work done from going from here to here or along this path from here to here? What is the work done?
Is that force or displacement?
Which one?
That-
If the gravitational field is there, even if you assume the gravitational field is in this direction, there is a displacement path.
that is displacement vector.
Yeah, 3 different paths, no?
Yeah.
Assume the gravitational field is downwards. So what is the work done from going from point A to say point C? A to C, what is the work done?
10 joule.
No, no.
No,
This
no.
force is mg, right?
Yeah.
And displacement is upwards, and the length of the going to length of AC. Okay, and going from C to B, what is the work done?
0.
Yeah, because they are perpendicular. Okay, so similarly from here to here, you can also take as F dot S as F into S cos theta, right? So along the direction of force, uh, what is the displacement? So this is A to B is so AB cos theta, right? Length AB
Yeah.
cos theta, that is same as length of AC. So again, the work done is mg LAC, length of AC, W2. Okay, W3 also, even if you take a small segment here, I can split it into two components, dx and dy. So dx I cap plus dy j cap. Okay, so the work done along this direction is 0. The work done along this direction will add up. So here also the work done will come out to be, even if you write ds as I cap dx plus j cap dy, and f is along j cap. So I dot j is 0, so only the y component will come. Okay, but I have assumed that the gravity field is vertically downwards. That may not be the case. If it is in some other direction, the answer will be same. Even if it is acting in this direction, the gravitational field. Okay, so basically gravitational force is a conservative force. What is a conservative force? Your mic is off. What is a conservative force?
It is independent of path taken.
Ah, so gravitational force is a conservative force.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why the work done is independent of the path.
Okay, sir.
This one, got it?
Yeah.
What is the answer?
A.
Okay, so relation between force and potential is this one, negative gradient. Okay, so you have to integrate, and then this is given u at 0 is 0, so from that you get the integration constant as 0.
Hmm.
Okay, so this one, uh, again you have to same thing, you have to find u given f. Here also you have to find u from f, right? Same question. Okay, this is a little bit more complicated because the force is more complicated. This came in 2002, in 2004. So this one, this is a standard problem with the mass moving a vertical circle connected by string. So what should be the value of velocity at speed at a such that it completes the circle? This is a standard result, no?
Sir, I'm not getting it. Can you explain?
Uh, See, for completing the circle, there are two conditions which is satisfied, right? Tension should not become 0 and the velocity should not become 0, right?
Hmm.
So if you use the and velocity minimum at which position? Topmost point, right?
Velocity, yes.
And tension also will be minimum at the topmost point.
Yeah.
Okay, so let us see the condition where when the velocity becomes 0 at the topmost point. So in that case, this is the equation, energy equation between A and B. I'll take this as reference for the gravitational potential energy. So half mv square should become mg2l. Only two forms of energy are there: kinetic energy and gravitational potential energy. So from this I get V should be GL, right?
Hmm.
Okay. This is from the condition that V minimum is becoming 0 at the velocity is becoming 0 at the topmost point. If you use the condition the tension is becoming 0 at point B, you will get the force mg, which is downwards, okay, and the upward force, which is the centrifugal force, they should match. Tension force has become 0. So from this, I'll get velocity at the bottommost point. Half mv square, half mg. Right. So this should be the velocity at bottommost point. Sorry, this should be the velocity at point B, not at the bottommost point. This one is velocity at point B, the topmost point. So from that, I'll get VB square as GL. Okay. Now, if you write the energy equation, okay, from that you'll get the velocity at the bottom point should be square root of 5GL. Okay. So when this is the velocity, the tension at the topmost point will be 0. So it'll just complete the circle. So this is sort of a standard result. If you can remember, you can straight away use it. The condition for the mass to complete the circular motion is minimum velocity is root square root of 5GL. Okay. So when that much of velocity is given, the velocity will keep on decreasing and will reach a value of VB here, which is square root of GL. And after that, it will keep on increasing and then become this square root of 5GL. So since the velocity is increasing at some point, it will become V by 2, right? Or it can happen here also. We do not know. Okay. At some point, the velocity will become half of the value at the bottommost point. So you have to find that value. Okay. To get that thing, let that angle be theta. Okay. At that angle, if you can write the energy equation. Energy at the bottommost point is half mv square, and energy at that point is half mv by 2 square, and the potential energy is L minus L cos theta. Suppose I'm assuming that at this point, then this height, this length is L cos theta. So this height will be L minus L cos theta. Okay, so the direction of potential is because of this height. That's why it's L minus L cos theta. So from this, things will cancel here. Okay, and B is root 5GL, right? You have to use that one. So from there, you get cos theta as minus 7 by 8. Your internet connection has a problem or what? Until what you followed, your mic is going off.
Hello.
Yeah. Your audio is not working.
Sir, until here.
Yeah. So from that, you'll get. Why is your mic going off? From that, you have to come to this one. Energy equation. Okay. From there, you'll get this one. This is the condition for the mass to complete the circle. Right? No, this step is okay, no?
Yeah.
After that, you have to write the energy conservation between bottommost point and the topmost point. From that, you'll get the velocity at the bottommost point should be square root of 5GL. Okay, for the thing to complete the circle. Okay, your mic is off.
Okay, sir.
Your mic is going off. So from this velocity is okay, right? Root square root of 5gl. Or you want to use WhatsApp audio?
Hello. Hello. Hello.
This audio is breaking. You want to use WhatsApp audio?
Okay, sir.
So the velocity at the bottommost point
Yeah.
should be square root of 5gl to complete the circle.
Okay.
And this is a standard result. If you remember this, you can still use it. And at some value of theta, the velocity is become v by 2, right? At some value
Yeah.
of theta. Okay. So at that point, the energy between B and that point is energy at B is half mv square. And at that point is half m v by 2 square plus the gravitational potential energy. Okay. So this point, okay, this height will be L minus L cos theta.
Okay.
Because this length is L cos theta and this total length is L. Okay, so this height will be L minus L cos theta. Okay, so everything will cancel. From that we'll get cos theta is minus 7 by 8. So this is the angle of theta at which the velocity is becoming half. Okay, so you have to find this value of theta. So since cos theta is negative, the theta is in second quadrant. In the first quadrant, everything is positive, right? So theta is in second quadrant. So it should be somewhere here. Theta should be greater than 90. Okay, and this is a plot of cos theta, right? Okay, so cos 90 is 0. Okay, and cos 90, 3 pi by 4 is 90 plus pi by 4. That is 1 by root 2. 1 by root 2 is minus 0.7. So at minus 0.7, the angle is 3 pi by 4. And this is 0.87. So it should be here, somewhere here, down. So it is greater than 3 pi by 4. So the answer should be this one. Greater than 3 pi by 4 and less than pi.
Okay, sir.
This is D. So people for doing the while doing the exam, people usually use the standard result. This is a condition for the velocity at the bottommost point for you to complete the circle, square root of 5gm. Okay, so from that, if you write the energy equation for this bottommost point and the point at which the thing becomes zero, you get the value of cos theta as this one. Now to find out at what angle this thing will become zero. So from here you get the value of angle theta should be greater than 3 pi by 4 because at 3 pi by 4 it is minus 0.7. Okay, so it should be greater than 3 pi by 4. Okay. This one, your particle mass m is hanging elastic string. So there is a decrease in gravitational potential energy because the height is decreased by an amount h. Yeah, assume this is a string and the mass is attached and you are saying holding it by hand. Okay.
Okay.
So the natural length is a, and because of this mass, let it be extended by a length l. Okay. So that kl should be m into g. Okay. So from there you will get the extension as a. Okay. And then you're further stretching it down by 2a. So now the total extension is 3a from the natural length. This is the natural length. Okay. to 3a. So now we can write the energy equation half k h square. So that is the increase in the gravitational potential of this elastic material. That will come at the expense of the drop in the gravitational potential energy. This height is h. Okay, so from that you get the height h as 9/2a. The distance from here to here, that is 9/2a. But suppose you release it here, actually this mass will go up to this height, right? By symmetry, this height will also be h.
Hello.
Yeah. So this is the Allen question. It's not completely clear. So this is the basic thing that's going on. With the unstretched length, when you're holding it by hand, it will be like this one. And when you remove the hand slowly, it will add an extension L that is equal to A. And then giving a further stretch, it will become 3A. So the length at which it will go is 9/2A. Okay. After that, if you release it, suppose it goes to a height h. Again, that at that point, okay, here the h is measured from this one, right? This point. I'll take this as reference. Okay. I'll just discuss one theoretical concept. Suppose this is the Earth surface, and there is a mass m here, and a height h. What is the gravitational potential here of this mass?
mgh.
Now I have another mass, say same mass, but at height say h2. Okay, and let me call this as height as h1. Now what is gravitational potential energy?
mgh1 mgh1.
No, two masses are there, no? Plus mgh2, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this I can write as m gh1 plus h2, right?
Yeah.
And the mass of the system is 2m. I can rewrite like this. Okay, 2m is what the mass of the system, and h1 plus h2 by 2 is what? This middle point, right? Okay, so, and that is a portion of the center of mass. Center of mass of concept you have not yet come, right?
No.
Okay, center of mass in the sense it's somewhere in the middle of the mass distribution. So, right, so it's the mass of the system into g into the portion of the center of mass. So now another thing. Suppose you have a vertical rod of uniform mass, and this is at height h1, this is at height h2, and the mass of the rod is m. Now, what is potential energy here? What is potential energy of this rod?
mg h1 plus h2 by 2.
Now, how do you get that result? What you have to do is you have to take a small strip here. Okay. Let us say that is from this is Earth. That is at a height y. Okay, the potential of the small thing will be called du, which is equal to the small mass dm into g into height is y. Okay, and dm is, suppose the mass per unit length is lambda into dy, where lambda is the total mass of the thing, that is m, divided by the length, and length is h2 minus h1. So lambda into dy into g into y. So the total potential is integral of this one. G is constant, lambda is constant, so it will become y square by 2. Okay, and the limit should go from 0 to L. Actually, h1 to h2. h1 to h2. That is g lambda h2 square minus h1 square divided by 2. So that is h2 minus h1. What is h2 minus h1? Length of the rod, right?
Yeah.
Length of the rod into h1 plus h2 by 2. And lambda into L is capital M, so the mass of the rod from this one. So it is Gm into h1 plus h2 by 2. So it is mgh, where h is h1 plus h2 by 2. So this is how we get the result. Right here also is the same thing. This is the mass of the system, and then at a distance, at a height of h1 plus h2 by 2. So this is distributed mass, and the important thing is uniformly distributed. So lambda is uniform. Lambda is m by L. So it's as if the full mass is concentrated at the center. Right? Okay. There are some more questions you can try. Just try this one. Consider not this one. This one. Mass of M, 0.5 kg. String length is 0.5. It's a ball rotated in a horizontal circular path. Okay, it's a horizontal circular path. So it's a conical pendulum. The maximum tension in the spring. Tension is maximum tension is 324. Okay, this is straightforward question, right? You have to draw the free body diagram. It's moving in a horizontal circular path. So it's a conical pendulum. So you have to draw the forces on the mass. This is the weight, and the tension T will be here. Okay, and there will be a centrifugal force. What is the value of centrifugal force? mv square by r, right?
mv square by r.
In terms of omega, it will be
m omega
m omega square r.
yeah.
Okay, and
Omega is mv square.
T max is 324. You are seeing the situation where the potential is maximum, and let this angle be theta. Okay, so in this problem there are two unknowns, right? One is theta, and what is the other unknown? Omega, angular velocity.
Omega.
Yeah, and there will be two equations. What is the vertical equation? T sine theta equal to mg. Okay, from that you'll get sine theta, because T you assume as 324. It's a maximum tension condition, and the horizontal equation is T cos theta equal to mv omega square r. So you have, from that you'll get omega. Got it? It's a straightforward question only.
Okay, sir, I'll try this at home.
So first you have to find the value of theta from here. Sin theta is m into 0.5 into 10 divided by 324. So that is right? So this is the value of sin theta, 5 by 324, and cos theta is known.
I'm getting 9. Hello.
What is the value of theta? This step is correct. Sin theta is 5 by 324.
Yeah, I got that only. I
Sin
just
theta.
used.
Okay. From that you have to use the second one to get the value of omega because everything else is known. So t cos theta. So into sin theta. Sin theta is 5 by 324. And what is L? L is 0.5, right? So everything is given. So L is 0.5. Things should cancel out neatly. I don't know why it's not happening. T cos theta is this one. This equation is correct, no? T cos theta equal to this one.
Yeah, I got that only.
And R is L sin theta, right? Oh, hold on. R is, there is a mistake. R is L cos theta.
Eh? How, sir?
This is R, no? This is the radius.
So that is
So from this you'll get T equal to
sin theta, right?
this. No, L, R, this L cos theta, no?
X-axis. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Because it is x-axis, right?
Horizontal axis. So from this you'll get omega as P by, yeah, it's so simple. You don't even have to find theta, sin theta. So tension is 324 divided by mass is 0.5, 0.5 it's 0.25, right? 0.5, 0.5. Now we have to take the square root. So the square root of 324 divided by 0.5. Square root of 324 is 18, no? 20 square is 200. 15 square is 225. So this should be 18 square.
Mm,
18 square, right? So 10 square is 100. 8 square is 64. And then 160, 16. 2 times is what? 16. So it's 160. 4, 2, carry on. So 324. Yeah, it is 18 square. So 18 by 0.5, which is 36. So this equation is not required. T sin theta. It's not required. You just P cos theta will give the answer. Because cos theta will cancel on the right side. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll continue tomorrow. The exercise sheet is there, so you can solve some problems from that.
Which book would you prefer?
Which one?
Which book for maths and physics?
Book you want?
Yeah.
First thing is NCRT.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
NCRT, if it is easy, go through it fast.
Okay.
Okay. After the HC Verma for concepts, and then some coaching material stuff. Alan stuff will be good, and also the coaching which they give,
Yeah.
do that one.
Okay, sir.
That will cover
Sir,
everything.
he has told us to solve DC Pandey also. DC Pandey.
Whenever they try to solve extra books, we just select few problems in it and solve, because
Yeah.
we don't have time for everything.
Yeah.
So while selecting problems, just select simple, medium, and difficult problems. So select at
Okay,
random.
sir. Okay.
Okay. And physics wala thing, no. If he himself picks up a question from everywhere and does it.
Okay.
So from that also you can pick up questions.
Okay, sir.
Okay. See you tomorrow then.
You, sir. Thank you.